Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to be able to speak to you.
Hi, thank you.
It must be a real double-edged sword being offered a job like this because, once in a lifetime opportunity, but also the pressure of returning to something so iconic. How did you feel?
In the beginning, when you get offered a role, you're very excited. You feel like you kind of earned it and you won and those things. But then it, I think a healthy dose of fear comes in because the challenge that kind of lies before you and the expectations. I'd never walked into something, quite like this. Top Gun was a massive, massive film, and I think when people heard we were making a sequel, I think their first reaction was, "Oh, this is not going to be good."
And stepping into such shoes, Goose's son, one of the most likeable characters from the first film, sadly, dies. So what was it like preparing to play his son, and also to prepare for these action scenes? Because I know Tom Cruise was very specific about people being able to do the flight scenes real justice.
I know, it's crazy that Tom Cruise is like super specific and detail oriented. You would never think that, but he was. He had us all. He developed a flight training program for all of us, and he was very dialed into that. He was always there. After every flight, we would fill out a form and just talk about what we felt comfortable with, what we didn't, and then our instructor would kind of talk about what we were doing well, what we weren't, what we still needed to kind of gain on. And he was reading all of those for the entire cast every single day. He was really hands-on with it. And then as far as kind of stepping in, this role, yeah, you kind of know that you are stepping into a bit of a shadow, but I thought that just the fact that so much time has passed between the original and this one, and the fact that, Goose wasn't around for this kid's life, really, he just would have kind of heard stories about his dad and wanted to emulate him. But I thought we did a good job balancing that, and also the wardrobe, I think, of the character when he walks in with the Hawaiian shirt and the tan and the mustache and all that stuff. I think that goes a long way, that I look like I could be Meg and Anthony's kid.
And like the original, it's ostensibly an action film, but of course has such strong emotional spine, and particularly your scenes with Maverick, Tom's character. So tense, so emotionally raw. What was it like shooting some of those scenes?
It was fun. I mean, especially for the ones that you're kind of talking about that are a little more juiced up, and there's a lot of... Yeah, the audience can feel these guys just need to get past this thing that's really holding this relationship back from what it used to be, and when it does kind of reach its boiling point, and we do get to kind of go at it. That was so much fun because he's just such a great actor, and I enjoy scenes that are a little more, the stakes are kind of hard.
And I don't know, just like Maverick, Tom Cruise seems to have defied all signs of aging. What was it like just being on set with him, and were you guys almost struggling to keep up with him despite the age difference?
Well, yeah, but I think I'd like watch the monitor back, and I was like, how do I look older than Tom on screen? Are we using a different lens for him? But no, I mean, he's just the man. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. He's really putting the audience right there with him, and I think that's the thrill that you get from watching these genres of movies that Tom's doing. He's done pretty much everything, and when he does these big action sequence movies, there's nobody who does it better. You don't need a green screen if you have Tom Cruise. He's doing it all himself.
And it also feels like, they've kind of dialed up like things like the diversity in the film, which maybe we didn't see as much in the first time around, and it brought that kind of thing up to date.
For sure.
So was that something that felt quite important to be part of the project in that sense?
Absolutely. I think you always want to hopefully hold up a mirror to society, and to allow everyone to see themselves in movies and in music and in sports. I think it's incredibly important for people to see that.
And it feels like you have a penchant for characters that are pushing themselves to their limits.
Yeah.
Thinking of Whiplash and other films you've done, is that something that you're drawn to? And how do you channel like different parts of your life to be able to play those characters?
Well, I think in my personal life, I'm probably quite boring, or I really do. I just enjoy like listening to music, going to concerts, like playing music and things like that. And I think if you get an opportunity within a script to really kind of push yourself, I think that's that's fun because, like I said, I think my own life is quite dull.
And what do you hope people take away from watching this? Because it does feel like an amazing nostalgia trip, but it's also just such like blockbuster entertainment to be seen on the big screen. Maybe we're all in need of that kind of escapist sort of fantasy trip right now.
For sure. I mean, I hope people are entertained, and I hope that they feel an emotional response to what they're seeing on screen, and I hope they're able to laugh, and I think and having worked with Tom on this, and knowing how hard it was to make this movie, I think I just have a greater appreciation for how much effort goes into this. It doesn't happen by accident, and when you have somebody like Tom who's going over everything with a fine-tooth comb, you're just really lucky. Everybody who works on a film with Tom is going to kind of reap the benefits of his effort.
Fantastic amount of time, but it's been such a pleasure speaking.
Thank you
so much for sharing all that.
Appreciate
It's
it.
such a wonderful film.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.